Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, this just popped up. Russell Brand's. I have to say, this guy's smarter than Russell because he's not given him anything if he did know or anything. Do you know what I mean? But what are you expecting him to say? Like what he says is right. It's a legal thing. No matter what he says, can be damaging either way, which then he can get in trouble for it. It's like, but yeah, this is also a thing. Is that I don't get why they said, "Did anybody complain to you?" Why would you complain to your management if someone abused you? People that are actually victims of that type of thing, that they want justice. Do you know what I mean? Not why would you go to the manager, and then what's the manager supposed to do? Even if you do go and say it, what are you supposed to do? Go to the police and say, "This girl's told me one of the people that works for me um has assaulted her." Okay, where's the girl? Uh, she's there. You're going to have to talk to the police either way. You might as well just go to the police. Why go to his management? It doesn't make sense. Why go to the management? Maybe like you can say, yeah, all right, I'll come to the police station with you or whatever. But it's like, it's also not his job. It's not his, like, he, yeah, I thought it was a bit odd that why would you go with allegations of something like that, of a serious crime like that, to the manager? It doesn't make sense. But I liked what he had to say. He's had more sense than Russell. Russell coming out saying, I see an American lawyer say it. He's like, why did he start going on about the system? The system, how do you think the Southport killings was handled? And what do you think of this current Labour government and Keir Starmer? And his American lawyer was like, Russell, why don't you just bring up Maggie Thatcher? Why don't you, he's like, we don't know what's happening yet. Why are you, yeah, he's like, it just makes you seem like you're being shady. He also said a great point about Russell's thing. He's like, the people that like Russell don't need him to tell them to support him. The people that don't like Russell, he's not going to convince either way. There was absolutely no point to do that video that he done. And he's like, and it just makes him look like what the things he said, it makes it look like deceptive and, um, but yeah, which America's is an American lawyer, but he's crazy, but he's so right. But yeah, the other thing as well is I've watched loads of police things, like police officers, lawyers, anybody in that thing. If when they're asked on shows, what's one bit of advice you'd give to the public? Police officers, everybody, they say don't talk, don't say nothing. The more you say, the more you can. Like he's like, I saw one policeman say, he's like, "Where was you Friday night?" I was with my wife watching a movie, and then I went to bed. What time was that? What time was you watching the movie? 7 till 10, and then we went to bed. All right, well, this happened at 5. Where was you at 5? I don't know. Well, now you ain't got an alibi. You might have nothing to do with this, but you've just talked yourself into having not an alibi for that. You can't justify, like, and he's like, and it can go that way sometimes. He's like, the best thing to say is no comment. It's like, yeah. But you know Russell's not going to. I mean, his literal job is talking. That is what he does. He was a comedian and a radio guy, and literally talking is what he does. So he thinks he's gonna, yeah, talk people over, and it's not. But yeah, listen to what this guy has to say. Let's go.
Are you surprised with the allegations at
Very
all?
surprised.
You are. When did you part company with Russell Brand?
It's around 2014.
Did you suspect? Did you know anything about these allegations
No.
at all at the time?
Not at all. And I can't make a comment about it for legal. You know that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, of course.
you know, you can doorstep me all you want, and there's not much I can say at the moment.
Did anyone approach you?
Sorry?
Did anyone come to you? Did anyone
No.
approach you at all?
I've never had any complaints about it, other than turning up late. Yeah, that kind of thing. Standard stuff in our business. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
To be fair as well, he probably, because I like I say, I've listened to Russell's radio show, and there's one thing you can tell about Russell, it's his hard work. His mate that he does his show with. That is like the whole of the show. His mate talking about how hard work and ridiculous Russell is. So probably this guy don't even like Russell either. If they parted ways and whatever, because like I say, Russell is hard work. But what did you expect him to say? And the other thing, I don't see what, like, I heard that, I don't know. That's the thing. You don't really know. You're just hearing kind of what people were saying. But I did hear someone say that it was allegations made to his management. I don't understand that. It don't make sense to me that why would you have someone who committed a crime and go to his management? That don't make sense. It's like, what do you expect them to do? Either way, it's going to end up, because they don't know what happened. Do you know what I mean? Even if they go to the police for you, they don't know what happened. And the police are still going to want to talk to you because the police have a special way of interviewing where they can tell if you're lying or not. That's what makes me think they must have something on Russell. Because the police that talk to victims of this sort of thing are specialized in that. And if someone can sit through because it's a very, again, John Wedger, he says it's a very invasive, like, interview. And people that are lying typically aren't going to sit through all of that. The people that want to sit through having to talk about all these horrendous things is because they want justice. They want something done about it. And yeah, you're seeing that in the Diddy trial, that all the dirty stuff is coming out in the court. And it has to. You have to go through that. And that's what I mean. You got to, like it's a hard thing to go through with. But that's what makes me think the police must have something. Because I also saw John Wedger say, like, Tommy Robinson, what's happening to Tommy Robinson? He's like, that's not coming from the police. It's coming from the intelligence services. He's like, but I don't think anybody thinks that's. He's like, that's not really a big secret. He's like, but all the arresting of Tommy Robinson, it's not on police level. But it seems like this with Russell is. And when it's the intelligence services, then you're in a different ball game. Then you're just gonna, like, but the police, like, aren't quite. I mean, they're powerful and they're corrupt, but yeah, I would say, like, the police must have, and I think it must be. I mean, I don't want to speculate, but it can only be something like that. They've all said certain things that there's no way they could have known, like specific things he did or wanted to do, or do you know what I mean? Like, it's got to be something specific that maybe they all mentioned. Otherwise, unless it's just I don't know. But I don't think it's like a Tommy Robinson deal where it is the intelligence services. I do think it's a police thing with Russell. But I don't know what you think. His manager, he parted ways with him in 2014, which probably means they aren't friends. But what do you expect him to say? Even if he come out and said, "Yeah, I did," and "Yeah, I went to police," and "Yeah, I did this," then it's like you're opening yourself up to all sorts of being sued. And if he, like, even saying no, but then I suppose he would have had to, because if he'd have said I can't comment, then it'd have just made it bad for Russell. But no, other than him being late and yeah. But I have to say this guy handled it better than Russell has. Because that video of, I don't know who told him to do that. That video was just not a good idea. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Like I said, I don't know what they expected from this guy, but I thought he handled this quite well. So look, it's a real legal situation. It's not a joke. It's a real legal situation. I can't talk about it. It's literally an ongoing thing. You can't talk about it. But yeah. Let me know your thoughts. Sweet.